Alrighty, where in the world is this? Action. We are inside a Superior hammock from Superior Gear in Minneapolis. This is the half bug net, half insect shield, whatever you might call it, they might call it. Now, one thing about my hammock is I bought it on closeout and they spoke of a short zipper. So, you know, I think maybe the zipper goes a little further up, which would make this area probably a little more bug resistant if that is the case. They talked about it being an inch or two short, which I don't know, that might be all the difference to seal that up a little better. That might have been what they were talking about. It really, for me anyway, it makes it bug resistant, but I'd have to, I don't know really what, hang my jacket between the net and the little hood to the hammock up there. It's hard to explain, but there's a little gap. That, I think, is because, like I said, the hammock came at a deal because the zipper was sewn on short. Now, this is the other side of it. You're in a hammock. If you haven't seen a hammock, you're like, where is this guy? But the bug net is half of the hammock, so you've got this piece of fabric that just kind of hangs over your quilt. And you're looking at the, this is the Superior Gear Cacoon. It came in the ultralight fabric, so it perfectly matches the hammock. I don't have this Cacoon zipped very much on this side. You can see it's just hanging out. You could pull the zipper to that Cacoon all the way up here, like I have it zipped here. But the other side of that I will mention is I'm in an ultralight hammock, and a couple times I've just kind of felt the zippers drawing in the hammock fabric. And if you have like a $300 or $400 hammock where the insulation is sewn into it and everything, you don't want to ruin it zipping the zipper. So I mean, I'm sure there's a learning curve. I'll be cautious about it, but just usually what I do is I just don't, I don't unzip it that far, and I can get out. You don't want to zip so close that you stretch the thing, but I don't know. It zips fine there. You start unzipping it way back here, and you're going to start I don't know how to, I've also got the bottom quilt protector snapped in, which is kind of drawing the, I don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, Vern? Know what I mean, Vern? The zippers, like everything else. So the simple side, the zippers, where you just use a net that goes over the whole hammock and you draw it closed underneath with a little drawstring. But we have this and we're trying it. I consider it bug resistant. I don't think it's like the kind of resistance a full net around the hammock would offer, but I think it's a lot what it is here. It's not the buggiest conditions. It's kind of the shoulder season. We're in spring, Midwest, so the bugs aren't ever horrible here like northern Minnesota. I don't know if I'd take it to northern Minnesota where there's just swarms of mosquito. Might want my whole huge net around the whole thing 100% sealed. Moving out, looking at the Cacoon. Let me see if I can unzip it and get a view of a few people seen my videos, seen a view of the Superior hammock. We're underneath a War Bonnet Superfly tarp. But, yeah. Looking at it. Yeah, you're looking at, and, the other side of it, this might be a deal for somebody or not. The way this goes on, it goes on under the ridge. At first I put it over the ridge. I was like, how's that going to work? And it goes under the ridge. So if you have your ridge line organizer, it may not be a big deal. It isn't to me. But if you have your phone tucked in there, you have to reach outside the net. And I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's just minimal. I mean, I don't know if you're taking it out in the spring like this before the bugs get real bad and you didn't want to take a whole lot. You're like, maybe I should take my net, maybe I shouldn't. Oh, I'll take the half net because I can just, you know, throw it in my pocket or flip it out of the way, and if I do get in a buggy area, I have at least a half a net. But if you're like in swarms of mosquitoes and you just need your own oasis even during the day where you just want to sprawl out, then you probably want the full net around the hammock or whatever. I won't go on and on, but here's the Cacoon. I got a couple of these glow-in-the-dark zipper thingies, pulls, and I like how the Cacoon just stays zipped onto the hammock. Then you don't have to worry about you're gone and all this, or you toss and turn at night, or you're getting into your hammock and you look down and your bottom quilt is, or your top quilt is laying in the ground or whatever. I don't know. I thought it might zip a little further, but it does zip up about here, which is about to your waist, and you got a huge amount of quilt to just snuggle into. So like I was saying, it's a little, I said on another video, I tried the Grand Trunk Evolution, which is a Cacoon style hammock where you just zip in like hanging a sleeping bag, and they put the zipper down the middle of that, which was interesting because you fully zip into it and kind of wrap the thing around your neck. So you just only had the middle zipper, and this was sewn to either side of the hammock. Just a different way of doing things, except the Grand Trunk was just stitched where the bottom was, insulation was sewn right to there, and it was like starting to separate and tear. I'll leave people alone. I know people are out there living their life. They don't want to watch this guy in the hammock all night. So yeah, doing pretty good. Look at the War Bonnet Superfly tarp. I think it's going on 10 years here. I don't know if I got 2013 or 2014 or what. This definitely gives a full coverage to this big 11-foot hammock.